everyone, and happy Friday. Today I am here to do my week 3 budget projection. My name is Amanda and my channel is called Dr. Mummy Budgets. So today I will be going through all of my expenses and my debts or bills or whatever I need to pay as it relates to my finances for this upcoming week. Basically, I tend to allocate my monies from the Friday that I get paid up until the following Thursday of the next week. So anything that takes place during that time, that is what I will be projecting in this budget plan. Also, on yesterday, of course, it was Thursday, so I was supposed to have done a budget recap. Didn't have a whole lot going on last week outside of my normal budget projection. Everything pretty much went as planned, but I do have one item that I am going to discuss, so please stick around for the rest of the video so that you can see what I did as part of my budget projection for last week, which will become my budget recap for, that period up until yesterday. So, as you can see, I am in my office today. And like I said in a previous video, I will probably continue to record from my office. Everything is uniformed and it's in order. The only thing is, guys, I may be MIA for a few weeks or so because I am definitely in need of a camera. So, and yeah, I've been recording on my phone probably or an older phone for the last year and a half. So, yeah. I am in need. I've noticed that when I go back and do a replay of the video, some of the sound is kind of, in and out, where some portions are louder than others. So I think it's time that I do move on and get a camera for recording my videos. So without further ado, if you are interested in this type of content, then please stick around for the remainder of the video. Okay, everyone, we are back. I have my tablet in front of me with our caption for this week, and it is week 3, August the 21st, 2020, and this is the budget projection. I cannot believe we are into the month of August, well over into the third part of the year. So this year is moving along and we're still pretty much sheltered in place, although my children's school has suggested that they can start staggering the students back into the classroom starting September the 8th. I don't agree with that, but they're going to start with elementary, and yeah, this is just a whole thing. But anyway, didn't add any color today, but I did put my little motivational phrases. Be you. It says what it means. Be yourself. Be you. Don't try to act like anyone else. You are more comfortable when you are in your own skin. Do what you love. Okay? If you like dancing, if you like singing, if you like whatever it is that, capture your attention that other people may feel is boring or they are disinterested in it. If it's something you like, do that. That is where your passion lies. And ultimately that could be an avenue to you actually making money or turning it into some kind of financial benefit for yourself. So there you have it. We're going to turn this tablet to the side because y'all already know that I cannot write with it straight up and down. Now let's get this show on the road. We're going to try not to keep it long because, like I said, I do want to do my budget recap from last week. Let's get started with the projected expenses for this upcoming week. The first thing we're going to start with is going to be the mortgage, where I am going to set aside $291.34. Guys, it's early. I do have my coffee in tote, so yeah, we're definitely gonna have to take a little sip of that, so excuse me for a moment. Okay, next we are going to have the HOA fees, and that is $6.70 that I will set aside. The debt amount for this week that I can use toward debt is $262.77. Next is the auto insurance, which I set aside out of this paycheck $102. Next we have my life insurance, and I typically pay that life insurance in February of each year, but I only set aside $21 actually per month, and it does come out of week 3's pay, so that's the $21. Then we have Hulu coming in at $5.99. Next we have the student loan, where I will set aside $96.75, of which I am not currently paying because it is in deferment with no payment or no interest being accrued. So I am taking advantage of that right now to do some other things, actually just to kind of pad my savings account and also to work on paying down my home. Next we have my daughter's car fund. For some reason, I always forget to do this. It's $20.50 that I put in her account every week just so she can have monies for like oil changes or gas or something like that. But now that she's started working, I may have to not give her that money. Quite sure she probably won't be happy with that, but but I'm just kidding. Since I'm doing it, I'll just continue to do it. Okay. Next, we have the household expenses, which is $194. That is cash that I take out of the checking account. Then I put away into the children's savings account, where that's an automatic draft, $28.50. And that's all I have for this week. Third week is normally pretty straightforward, not a whole lot going on, not a lot of debts being paid. So that total for this week is going to be $1,029.55. Now, I leave a certain amount of money in this account so that I can make sure that I take care of all 4 of my bills in a 4-week period. Okay, so I have divided up my pay as to how much I need to cover all of my debt and expenses per week. So I typically leave $1,228 in this account weekly. So with that being said, we're going to have to subtract our total amount from this $1,228. Because although I leave that amount in there, the debts and expenses for this week are only $1,029.55. Okay, at that particular time, that total is $198.45. Okay, now that is what would be left over. So typically, that is what I would need to put away into the bill savings account. Technically, okay, but also I like to leave a cushion in this account of $26.15 just in case I want to run out and get the children a burger, I want to get me something to eat, or I see something I want to pick up. The account is not bone dry, and there's money's there, and even if there's some kind of auto draft that may come out that I didn't account for, or whatever the case may be, then I have a little money left in that account. Okay, so now with that being said, I'm gonna have to also subtract that cushion amount. So I will use the 198, which we have left over, 198.45, and subtract the $26.15. That is the cushion amount I like to leave in the account. All right, so we'll subtract those two. We'll subtract the $26.15 from the $198.45, and that should give me a total of $172.30. All right, $172.30. At this particular time, that is still a larger amount because remember the 198 is what we were going to put away. I only took $26.15 from it. So we still have an amount of $172.30 that we can put away into the bills savings account technically. Okay, oops. Okay, so that's where we are right now. $172.30 is what needs to go into the bills savings account, well, on paper right now. Next step we typically do is we go back up through all of our expenses and we put a PA beside those debts or expenses that we are not paying in this upcoming week. So those will include the mortgage, we're not paying that. The HOA, that will not get paid this upcoming week. Auto insurance will get paid. The life insurance. Okay, now the student loan is not being paid. And everything else is an expense that will come out for this upcoming week. So these items will get our famous pink circle. And I do these colors, guys, so that you can see how my numbers relate to each other. And also that I can just it's kind of like a standout type symbol that shows me what's going on with my budget each week. If I want to go back and review it, I was like, okay, yeah, these are all the items that I put into the bill savings account, or these are the items that I paid this week. So that's what the colors are for, primarily. And also I just like colors because they're pretty. So now we have the PA amounts that we need to add all together. These are the put away amounts that we are not paying this week, but we do allocate them out of this pay. So that total amount is $415.79. Okay. So as you can see, this number will get a blue cloud, just like the number up above. That lets you know these two numbers have a relationship. So we have a put away of $415.79, and we also have a put away amount of $172.30. Okay. So at this particular time, we can add these two numbers together. Let's go on and do that. $415.79 plus the $172.30. All right, let's get out the calculator for that. $415.79 plus 172. What is wrong? I need more coffee. Keep pressing the wrong numbers. 172.30. All right. That total is 588.09. All right. So this would be an amount that I would need to put away in the bills savings account. Now I'm still saying technically right here because I have other actions that I need to do with these numbers. But for the sake of this video, I want you guys to kind of follow along with me and so that we can stay on course together. So there you go. You got 588.09. Now, the third step we will go back up through here and do is we will put a purple triangle by those debts that we're paying this week. So this week, the auto insurance will get a purple triangle. Hulu will get a purple triangle. Of course, I moved the money to my daughter's account. Of course, I'm going to take this money out in cash. So, but it will be done this week. So that gets a purple triangle, and this auto draft into the children's account is also an item that will be taking place this week. Now, there you have it. As you can see, the auto insurance is a bill that I am paying this week. I wish it was 102, but it is not. It is a 408. That's why I set aside 102 out of each week's pay for 4 weeks. So we're going to do the calculations for this auto insurance. Now, its total is $408 a month. But as you can see, I only set aside 102 out of this week's pay. So we're going to have to go and get the rest of that money out of the bill savings account. So what I would do is subtract the current amount that I'm setting aside for this week, which is the 102, from the total amount. That's going to leave us with $306 that I will need to pull out of the bill's savings account to help me satisfy that 306 for this week. Okay, just stay with me. Okay, so that's where we are. Now remember, if you go back down here, we have to where we were doing our calculations, we have 588.09 that we need to put away. So now we got two actions. We got an amount we need to pull out. We got an amount we need to put away. Of course, we need to subtract those two amounts. So if you're writing out your mathematical equations correctly, you always want to put the larger number first, and the smaller number will be subtracted from it. So at this particular time, we have 508.09 minus the 306. These are our two actions, two different actions. The 588.09 is an amount that we are going to put away. The 306 is that amount that we need to pull out. So I'm just using the abbreviations of the words put away, PA, and PO is pull out. Two different actions. Now, we need to subtract these numbers. The 588.09 minus the 306 leaves us with a total of 282.09. Let's make sure my math is correct. Yes, that's it. 282.09. Now, your answer, always take the action of the larger number. The larger number is a put away number. So we need to put away this amount of 282.09 in our bills savings account this week. That is our real number. That's our bottom line number. That is the final action that we need to take for this week. So at the end of the day, I will be putting away $282.09 from this week's pay into the bills savings account. That money will be used for other weeks' expenses. So that's how I do my budget, guys. If you have any questions about my budget, please let me know. Now that this video is getting lengthy, I remember that I did say I want to go back and do a recap. So let's go back to this page. This is our budget projection for last week real quick. What changed was, remember I told you guys in the last video, or this budget projection video, that I didn't know what I was going to do with this $323.77. Well, what I decided to do is go on and apply it to my mortgage. As you can also see, this past week was my regular mortgage payment as well. So we actually had two amounts that we subtracted from our balance on our mortgage this past week. So that was great. So therefore, I have my little sheet here This is my budget sheet. My charted sheet for my mortgage. And last time I left off at $97,495. Okay, now based on just me making that payment, the regular payment of $874, of course, all of that $874 does not go to my mortgage. So you got some principal, interest, and escrow in that amount. The amount that went toward the principal was about $251. So what we can do is we're going to subtract from this $97,495 minus the $251 that went directly toward the principal. And then we will also subtract that $323.77 that I sent in an extra payment. So look, guys, we are down into the 96,000 range. So basically with the interest and everything, I do have that. This is what the calculator shows, but I do have it over here, the exact amount of what it is. So it actually is going to end up being $96,918. So that's where we are. I am so excited. We're moving along with the mortgage. I think I feel good about, getting started back paying down my debts, although we're in this pandemic and you have people that are saying you need to save, you need to save, you need to save. And I am a saver, but it just makes me feel better to be paying something down. Week after week, you're saving, just putting money away, and you're still seeing that balance on that debt, just sitting there. That kind of bothers me. So like I said, it was either going to be my mortgage or my student loan that I paid down. And so, yeah, that's what ended up happening for me. So that's what we're going to do. So basically, we will see, because I go wishy-washy from week to week. So as you can see in this budget projection that we did for this week, we do have a debt amount of $262.77 that I can do something with, which is either put it in my mini emergency fund or pay it on my mortgage. So what I'm going to start doing here is I'm just going to put a question mark here, and I will let you know in the Thursday budget recap videos what I do with that money. But this past week I did apply it to the mortgage, and that brought the balance down pretty good. That's all I have for this video. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. And I hope you guys have a happy Friday, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.